I gave 2 hours daily to DSA, system design. Best decision ever. This title addresses two of some of my favorite things. First thing is productivity. I love aiming to or try to do something every day. This YouTube video, for example, is part of it. And learning about DSA and system design and anything that is computer science sounds interesting. So let's have a read at this. It's an article written by Himanshu Singor on the medium.com. DSA system design, best decision ever. I had 1.5 years of experience and still felt lost during interviews, confused in meetings, and unsure about my skills. I didn't need a course. I didn't need luck. I just needed consistency. So I gave myself 2 hours a day for 31 days, and that small decision changed everything. Already, I'm wondering years of experience in what? Computer science as a developer, as a software engineer, or system designer? Yeah, I wonder about that. But this goes to show 2 hours a day for 31 days doesn't sound a lot, but that's already 60 hours. And 2 hours a day, doing that for 31 days, that's not easy. It looks easier here. There's a quote I like that says, people underestimate how much we can do within a day, and people overestimate how much we can do in a day, and people underestimate how much we can do in a year. And I think, every time I look at these timelines like this, it always reminds me of that quote. Why I started this challenge? Let's be honest. Most of us know what to do. We know DSA is important, we know system design matters, we know interview tests these, but we don't do it. Why? Because we're too busy, or we will start next week, or I'm not ready yet. In January 2024, I had 1.5 years of experience as a back-end developer, and I realized something painful. I can build APIs, but I can't explain them. I can write code, but I don't understand the deeper design. And every time someone said, let's make this scalable, I would note and secretly Google later. I was tired of faking confidence, so I said, enough, let's get real. I think another reason that we don't study these is because we already have a lot of commitments. Like, a lot of us are working full-time, a lot of us are studying full-time, we have assignments due, we have family commitments, we have to exercise, we have to cook, we have to go shopping, and then we have to study lead code and so on and so forth. So I think it's just that, I guess this can be applied to anything, but also that some people might not be doing this because they're prioritizing something else, and it's hard to prioritize the right thing, and no one knows what that is, and that's different for each person. The simple rule for the next 31 days, 2 hours every day, no excuses. 1 hour of DSA, 1 hour of system design. No targets, no pressure, just show up daily. Yeah, that's really interesting, because one way to do is set targets. Okay, every day I'm going to achieve this. Take out some to-do lists. Another approach is this, which I prefer. You say 1 hour of this, 1 hour of this. Because if you're given time, funny thing is, it's for me at least, it's counterintuitive for me. When I'm given time, I'm more productive during those time. When I'm given tasks, I drag on. I procrastinate. I delay the start, and yeah. Week 1, the start is always the hardest. 100%. I still remember day 1. I opened lead code, picked an easy problem. It took me 40 minutes. Then I moved to system design and tried to learn rate limiting. Heard terms like token bucket, LRU, TTL. I was lost within 15 minutes. But you know what? I didn't stop. I told myself, you are not here to prove anything. You are here to grow. So I wrote down what I learned. Even if I understood only 20%, I noted in my words. The goal wasn't perfection. It was to build the habit. Week 2, small wins that felt big. By day 10, I started seeing patterns. I solved a prefix sum problem in under 20 minutes. I looked at another and said, this is sliding window. Not because I became smart overnight, but because I was showing up daily. In system design, I understood how message queues help us go async. I drew diagrams of how a payment system works using Kafka and retried queues. I stopped saying I've seen this and I started saying I understand this. And trust me, that shift feels amazing. That's really cool, and that's a reward that you get for showing up every day. Week 3, the challenge became a ritual. By week 3, I didn't need motivation. This wasn't a challenge anymore. It became my favorite 2 hours of the day. Just me, my laptop, a notebook, and focus. I didn't scroll Instagram, I didn't switch tabs. I just solved problems, watched videos, drew systems. Some days I studied gRPC versus REST. Other days I designed a small parts of WhatsApp or Swiggy. I wasn't doing this for an interview, I was doing it because I was finally enjoying learning again. This is super cool to see, and to get to that point you have to go through the start period, the grind period. Week 4, I felt like a real engineer. Something shifted in my thinking. Earlier I would panic in meetings. Now I spoke up, I gave suggestions. I explained retries, DLQs, idempotency. I wasn't bluffing anymore. I actually understood what I was saying. At work, my teammates noticed. In my code reviews, I was writing cleaner logic. Even in casual chats, I could explain why we need a load balancer or cache. It wasn't magic. It was 31 days of focused effort. I don't know if he is going to touch on it, but I wonder if he continued doing this after the 31 days. What actually changed after 31 days? My improved DSA thinking. I now recognize patterns, binary search, prefix sum, sliding window faster and cleaner, system design clarity. I can now explain things like Kafka, caching, queues, idempotency, retries without googling or fumbling. Communication. I stopped being afraid of technical discussions. I started contributing with confidence. Confidence, not just in interviews but in everyday work, because now I know I've put in the work. Consistency greater than motivation. The biggest learning, motivation fades. Discipline builds careers. This is what David Goggins said too. Motivation, listening to music, watching a video and feeling motivated, it's a short term, but discipline, making yourself do something that every day, consistently, even when you don't want to do it, that's tough. My simple daily routine. Want to try it yourself? Here's what I did. Hour 1 DSA, picked 1 or 2 lead code problems, mostly medium, solved at my own pace, wrote clean code, tested edge cases, took notes. What worked, what didn't. I think this is a really good advice. I think lead code, a lot of us want to learn, get better at it, including me, especially with the DSA part. I would like to try this, but I think again it's the time, because there's other things that I want to prioritize too. Hour 2, system design, picked 1 concept each day, cache, gRPC, DB sharding, Kafka, etc. Watched 1 to 2 short videos, drew diagrams and wrote 2 to 3 line summaries. Spoke the explanation out loud. Yes, I literally talked to myself. That is nothing fancy. Just deep, slow, honest learning. And this is hard, because doing this every day, some days very rewarding, some days can be very tough. So yeah, big ups, congratulations, and bravo to the writer. Final words from one developer to another. If you're reading this and you feel stuck at 1 to 2 years of experience, keep failing interviews despite knowing stuff, feel lost in real system design conversations, want to grow but don't know where to start, let me tell you this: you don't need 10 hours a day. You don't need another fancy course. You don't need to wait for the perfect time. You need 2 hours every day for 31 days. Do this for yourself, quietly, consistently, and see the difference. It worked for me in 2024 with just 1.5 years of experience and no magic at all. It can work for you too. That's talking about motivation, but yeah, I'm really touched by this, that there are people out there that are so passionate and are disciplined and do things out of, like, do this because they like doing it. And yeah, something very reassuring about that. But yeah, big bravo to Himanshu and Himanshu Singer. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe. Bye everyone.